Washer, and I'm one of the co-founders of Big Picture Learning. And yes, we are a school practice that starts with the education of each and every student around their interests and talents, and connecting that to academics and real-world learning. We've been very fortunate that the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation has given us quite a bit of money a number of times, and it's about to once again to encourage other communities to start schools that are big picture schools in the United States. We are a not-for-profit organization that started 23 years ago, and now with the support and help of Shah family and Parmeet, we're starting in India. And we're very excited about that. As a part of our school program, they becomes real-world projects. That's the techniques, how you get better and get connected to the adults who know how to do those things. And then you get certificates and credentials, both pegged to school standards and real-world standards. And that's the situated learning, both in and outside of school, connected to your academic learning.
Focused on doing real work, which leads to more authentic learning, and it gives our children autonomy, choice, and freedom. So this is why we believe that Big Picture is the ideal update to our current education system. It addresses almost all the issues that the students and the parents are facing today. I really like this quote. It's by Marc Ecko, who's a billionaire entrepreneur. He says, "Big Picture is the iPhone of education to the Walkman of the old." And this is exactly what we mean by it's the ideal update.
Courses have to be honored with an agreement, a bargain of the school also fitting their children, their personalities, their needs, what matters to them, and their interests. And if that fit is only one way, there's disengagement once again. So if the choice is made of a family to go to a school and the school doesn't fit each and every child with a learning plan around their interests, their motivations, how they learn, their environmental preferences for learning, you get more disengagement. And then the third thing is unrecognized talents and interests. If you took a look at each and every one of you, and the research shows that by the time you're 3 years old, you're already identifying interests that you have and people that you want to form relationships and bonds around those interests. That's biologically how we learn, how we get better at the things that we want to get better at. And that's a powerful part of a learning experience. Schools are not necessarily places where learning is really taking place. There's a delivery of content taking place, but not necessarily learning. So when you look at those talents, what they want to do, the things they want to get better at as they go through their journey, which is not a straight line. It's all wavy, windy, twisted, just like in nature. So as you go deep, you learn many things. A fellow named Van Gogh said that. It's not just a mile wide and an inch deep where you go from English, math, science, social studies, nothing connected to the next thing. 40-minute lockstep periods. That's not what this is about. Learning is really about following those interests, connecting the academic content, which our advisors, who are our teachers, do. So they're listening to the child, to the young adults, and they're saying, how do I connect this content to those interests, both inside of school and outside of school, so learning is situated in the real world as well as it is in school. And that's why we get our students out and pay attention to what they're doing outside of school and listen to the parents. So teachers are not just talking, they're actually listening to what parents, mentors, organizations, and their own observations are telling them. And finally, restrictions. There's a man named Richard Epstein, who is a psychologist in the United States, and he studied restrictions on youth, both in and outside of school. So, very, very fascinating study and set of studies. He found that inside